Hi and welcome to WarHQ. My name is Lucius. On today's episode, we'll be continuing a coverage of Fjord Serpents during its Kickstarter phase, just to go through some of the elements that you might be interested in and to have a look at. If you're interested in the project Fjord Serpents, Vikings at War, then I'll leave a link here for you to go and check that out and to check out the website. And please sign up for notifications on the Kickstarter. It gives us a very good indication of how it's traveling and who's interested and what we can expect. But for now, let's get started. So before you arranged upon this skerry, which is actually one of the game components, it's a mock-up of it, which is an obstacle, I guess, that you'll get within the box set game itself, which you can hit. We have an array of the current troops that we have, or the prototypes for the troops we have. And you can see before you, we have our mixtures of Lidang troops, we've got our Hearthmen, elite troops, and we've also got our exotic troops, so like our Berserkers and Ulfundr, and a couple of Jarl models as well. We'll have a little bit of a closer look at these and sort of go into where they're at. First model we'll look at here is our Jarl, so our leader model, or it could be used for any of your sort of particular leaders you have. We have one variation of this at the moment. By the time that the box set launches, we will have a variant Jarl model. This one's quite cool. He's got 1 foot up on his treasure chest, and it's full of silver, which is sort of overflowing onto the deck around him. He's got his sword and shield, and he has his Jamundu helmet as well, and a great big Viking beard, which is awesome. Now, these models are used to influence things within the game. They have a lot of unique abilities depending on their nationality. So if they're Danes or Norwegians, they can really do a lot of different things within the game and boost your fleets and drive them to success, as they should. Before you are our levy spearmen, or Lidang spearmen as we call them, and these represent freemen, bondsmen, carls within the Viking era. These are guys that farmers, etc., that are called up to war when needed, and crew and man the ships. And these are in a state where we have 2 variant strips. So we've got 4 different models for the spearmen, and we have 2 variant strips of them mixed up together. So I think by the end of the Kickstarter, we have like a stretch goal, which will help to increase both these and the archer and javelineers to have more variation strips. If we can raise that much money, we'll get more sculpts done. But for now, this is what we have on those. Next models to look at, we're still in the Lidang range of the levy troops. And these, on these particular ships behind us, these Kavi ships, you can have one of these, up to one of these for free on a ship. So you can either have archers or you can have javelineers. And this is a look at them here. Like the spearmen, they have 4 different variations each miniature. And then they have 2 different variant strips at the moment. And these will be increased as the Kickstarter goes along, and we unlock stretch goals to have more variations as well. But they're quite lovely miniatures, these ones, and within game really give you some heightened tactical options. So like the archers have range, obviously, and they can shoot and they can assist each other at range and deal damage to enemy, where the javelineers have to be in ship-to-ship contact, but they ignore armor. And they also have like a smaller shield, which lets them deflect other missile weapons. So it's really a way up of how you like to play. If you think you're coming across a lot of heavily armored troops, you're probably going to go for more javelineers, which can punch through that heavy armor. Or if you're thinking more of a range game, a bit more elusive, you're probably going to go for archers. Before you now are 2 of the elite options for crew within Fjord Serpents. So these are your Hearthguard or your Herdmen. Basically, these are the Jarl's elite bodyguard. So they're well armed and armored. These guys are armed in chainmail, and they have a lot of them have helmets and shields. Now you've got your 2-handed axemen, which are really designed for impact. For basically, they can remove armor. They just ignore it, and they have a high impact. Like so they can really do some devastating damage on the assault. And you have your sword and shieldsmen, which are more of a balanced kind of unit. They can assist others, but they can also do very powerful assaults with impetus, which is a particular skill they have, which can injure an opponent that is a levy troop almost automatically, which is very big in the game. And these models, unlike the levy spearmen, really only have one main variant that's been sculpted of the troops. And what we'll be doing is, by the time the Kickstarter comes out, we'll be having, like the Spearmen and the Levy Troops, we'll have 3 or 4 different variants and different stands as well. But these are just a bit of a mock-up prototype that we've made, just to represent these at the moment until they're fully developed. Very much like the other elite troops, these are more exotic troops, but they're elite, and these are our Berserkers and Ulfundar. So wolf and bear berserkers, or warriors, if you want to call them that. These, again, are in a prototype stage, so there's only really one main variant, which we've just sort of mixed up a little bit here for these, just to make the stands. But upon release, we will have 3 to 4 variants of each and multiple stands as well. And these and the other elite troops do have a stretch goal within the Kickstarter as well. If we earn over a certain amount of money, then we will be making more variants of these as well, just so for, to make your crew and things just that more dynamic and amazing. But in-game, these things are powerhouses. They're glass cannons, I guess you'd call them. Anyone familiar with that term from gaming? And as a glass cannon, they either do devastation or they just get minced, which is very similar to how they're mentioned in the sagas as well. They're either super effective and they just crush everyone, or they just get destroyed through lack of defense and care for their own well-being, I guess. So those are the last of the troop types. So there we have just a bit of a look at the crew that's involved within Fjord Serpents Vikings at War. As usual, if you'd like to have a look more at this project, then please check out the Kickstarter link and also our website, fjordserpents.com. Pretty easy. I'll put those down below if you're interested. And please sign up. It means a lot to us and really helps us gauge the interest in the project and get your feedback as well. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things to this video. And for now, I'm Lucius. You're you. Thank you very much for watching.